Thanks. Michael, in seeing Cal Tucker these first few days of workouts, do you notice anything different about his body, or the way he's changed anything? Because now that he's sort of in a different place than he's been in his career before being a starter coming into camp.
I just think he looks great. We talk all the time, obviously the first couple of days, and you say he's doing great physically. He's been swinging the bat really well in BP and working hard. We expect a lot of big things out of him this year, and look forward to having him all year again through a full 162 games and see what we can do.
Chandler.
Hey, Michael. I'm wondering, in the first couple days of camp, have you noticed Jose Altuve kind of back to his normal self, kind of jumping around, energy? He obviously had a year last year that we're not accustomed to seeing him have. I'm wondering what you've thought of him the first couple days of camp.
I think he looks great. We had a long conversation on day one. We're actually locker mates, and he's in a great mental spot, great physical spot. I look forward to having Jose on my team like I do every year. He's one of the main reasons the Houston Astros are who we are. I expect big things out of him, and I know he expects a lot of things out of himself. But he looks great. He's running around with a big smile on his face, and it's exciting.
Mark Berman.
Michael, obviously in Cleveland, you were there for a long time, built a very strong following inside and out, but you've only been here a short time. What have you thought of the intense, immense, remarkable, if you will, following you have not only inside the Astros organization, but outside amongst the fan base? What does that mean to you? What do you think of it?
Well, it just means to me as a person, I'm doing the right things. As a teammate, I'm doing the right things, and to have the respect of my teammates. And obviously, coming into Houston, a new organization for me at that time, the fans embraced me so well. And this is the reason why we're here. They're so supportive. I look forward to having back in the stands and, hearing that great cheer. And, it's an honor to play in front of them, day in and day out. And it's going to be exciting this year, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Were you surprised at all about how quickly you were embraced both inside and outside the organization?
Well, I knew I was coming to a great organization with a lot of great special talent, not just, inside the locker room, but, coaching staff, all the way, to the top. Getting here, obviously a couple of years ago, I was a little nervous, coming in with such great players, but, they embraced me with open arms. They pushed me to get better every day, just like I do for them. And it's a brotherhood here.
Chandler, did you have another one?
Yeah. Michael, obviously you're such a routine-oriented player, and that's kind of how you built your career. Did last year, having to go through all the protocols and everything, did that prepare you more for this spring and adjusting your routine and kind of how you go about your business day in and day out?
Yeah, so, obviously the start of spring last year, I was ready to go, excited, and then obviously the pandemic hit and kind of got shut down. And, I didn't ever think we were going to get back to a season. So, having to go through all the protocols and everything was probably, the toughest season I've ever been a part of, just because of the change and, the routine that you talk about, how, routine oriented. And, I get to feel at the same time, eat around the same time, and just have my whole routine that kind of had to get, pushed around a little bit because you can't show up when you want anymore. You have to take testing. And so it was just, an adjustment that we had to make, but everybody had to do it. So, it was through league wide that we had to do it, but at the same time, it was definitely a big adjustment for me and a lot of players.
Jake.
Do you know if you'll be doing any work in right field this spring like you did, I think it was 2 or 3 springs ago, or at this point, are you mostly or solely focused on left field?
I plan on doing both, just in case. You never know. Whatever my team needs at that time, I'm willing to do. I've always said that, and I believe it. So I like to get reps out, wherever I have a potential place to play. So I'll be prepared and I'll be ready to go.
Kim Davis.
Hey, Michael, if you mentioned this, I jumped on a few minutes late. I apologize. But can you talk about just what excites you most about this team this season? I mean, all of the guys when they have come on have said how excited they are, but what is it about this team that really stands out to you as being special?
I mean, there's too many things to talk about. I mean, look at our lineup, look at our pitching staff. The reason why I came here 2 years ago was to have that opportunity to go to the postseason, to make those good runs, and have a chance to win a World Series. And, obviously in 19 we came up just short, and then obviously in 20 we had a great run in the postseason as well. And that's what it's all about. This team, top to bottom, is very special, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to come back here and have another chance at it. I know it's a special lineup to be a part of day in and day out. And with the team that we have a lot of potential. So it's going to be a fun year. I'm really excited to be here. I know a lot of players probably are saying the same thing as you mentioned, but it's the truth. We have a great culture here, and I just wanted to make sure that we all stay focused together and stay as a team and do something special again.
Thank you.
Jesus Ortiz.
Michael, good afternoon. Hope you're well. I wanted to ask you, how do you guys build the camaraderie different than years past in lieu of that, everybody's training differently. I know in spring training, guys get together usually, and that's where you get to know new teammates. How do you guys build that camaraderie now in light of the protocols?
So yeah, it's definitely different. Obviously, with the protocols and separation, and basically working out in groups, and make sure we all stay safe and take responsibility for our actions off the field. But we also, have a nucleus here of core guys that have been here for a while. We know what everybody's capable of. We know, just not a baseball player, but as a person as well. And when you have, guys that you play with for multiple years, it makes it easy to do that. So we're going to continue to do what we do, have fun, and play hard.
Mark Berman, did you have another one?
I do. Michael, you talked about when you came here, you were nervous. You were already an accomplished player. Why were you nervous, and how long did it take you to lose those nerves?
It only takes me a day or two. It's just one to get adjusted, right? I'm coming to, a great team with MVPs, all-stars, the best players in the game. And I want to make sure that, we're going to hold up to my end of the bargain when I signed here. I believed in my talent, I believed in myself, and I just want to make sure that I came out here and competed at a high level to show that, Houston fan base, the type of player I am, the person I am, and make sure I be a good teammate like I've always done. And, this group is just so talented, like I just said. You just want to make sure you go in and play at a high level and, try to meet their expectations as well.
So who replaces all the crazy stuff George did in the locker room that we didn't see?
That's yet to be determined. I don't know. It's yet to be determined. Obviously we're going to miss him. He's a great player. But we have guys that are going to step up, and we're going to play as a team.
We have time for one last question. Chandler, you can take it.
Michael, how has Yordan looked to you the first couple? We haven't been able to see him out on the field because he's been working inside. But how has he looked to you, and how happy are you that he's back to take all those DH days that you don't want?
He looks great. He comes in with a big smile on his face. He's working hard behind the scenes, obviously. I'm sure you'll see him soon. He's itching and clawing to get back out there. I think he's going to have a phenomenal year, just like, the past year when he played for us. And he's a big part of what we do around here, and we're really excited to have him back this year.